Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dan. We are back with another one for you guys. Now in the name of this channel it does say carpentry and landscaping, but we really haven't touched on much landscaping. So today I thought it was about time we fixed that. I wanted to talk to you guys about paving, show you a little project that we've just completed, the type of pavers that we used and how we installed them. Now the thing with landscaping, like one of the harder things with landscaping, in my opinion, is levels, like getting your levels right. Often working with sloping blocks, you really need to figure out your levels. Now carpentry, this isn't so much of a factor. You're often working off a concrete slab, but with landscaping, it's often on you to figure it all out. There are some crucial things that you need to keep in mind when planning your landscaping project. Number one is water runoff. Is the water running away from the house? Have you got drainage in place? These are two massive factors, and they're two things that you really want to get right. Now the other thing is local council regulations. It's good to know what they are so you can build according to spec. Now the other thing is you really want to have a seamless transition. There's nothing worse than having a standard step and then just a little toe kicker at the top. You really want to have your transitions seamless. Alright, so this is our Coledale project. Now this site was fairly difficult to work out. We were basically building on the side of a hill and we were trying to create some level zones for the client. Now here you can see the retaining wall is already in. Now for this project, the client wanted a fire pit. After discussing a few different materials, we landed on recycled bricks or recycled pavers. Now these recycled brick pavers are super popular in Sydney at the moment. You're kind of seeing them absolutely everywhere. These pavers are like 150 years old and were made by convicts when Australia was first being settled. They've got like layers of paint on them, often different colors. They got so much character. And it's good, you're recycling, you're not just throwing it into landfill. They're getting repurposed, and on top of that, they look awesome. So that's what we're working with. When you're planning out your paved area, there's a few things you need to keep in mind. The most important thing is your finished ground level. So where do you want the top of the paver to finish up? But we did have a bench seat that we were building, and we wanted the bench seat to be 450 mil above the finish height of the paver. So in order to calculate that, we needed to take the thickness of the paver, which is 76 mil, 30 mil of sand, which is 106 mil, and then around 100 millimeters of road base. So that's 206 millimeters all up. Let's just call it 200 mil. Now, depending on where you're going to use these things, different spaces will call for different installation methods. Let me explain. So if you're going to use these for a driveway, I would suggest doing a concrete base. If you're going to use these for an entertaining area like we're doing, it's just getting foot traffic, then road base is more than adequate. So what we've done is we've laid in about 100 millimeters of road base, 30 millimeters of paving sand, and then you just sit these on top. Now, there are multiple ways these can be installed and multiple patterns they can be laid in, but for this job we've decided to go with the herringbone pattern, which is super popular with this old style paver. Now you can also butt these up tight or leave a 10 mil mortar gap and then mortar in all the edges. It's a lot more work. For this Coledale project, we just decided to throw them in tight up to one another. Now the idea when you're throwing in these pavers loose, you really need to secure the perimeter. Otherwise the pavers will just drift. So in this job, we had a retaining wall around one side, and across the front, we mudded it in on a bed of sand and cement, which means the pavers that are in the center have nowhere to go. We got the bulk of these pavers down in one day. I think we spent about one more day doing all the cuts. of which there were a lot because this is a really odd shape. But if you're doing like a square courtyard, it'd be much easier. Now, once you've thrown all your pavers in loose, all you have to do is sweep it with a really fine sand. You can toss a little bit of cement through there if you like, or you can use a pre-packaged Pavelock sand, which is made just for this purpose. Now, we also lay the pavers out as far as they will go. We get a brick and mark in a header course, which is going to create a little garden bed. Then we got the demo saw, cut the lines in, and then laid the header course in on a bed of sand and cement. But yeah, what do you guys think? Are you a fan of the recycled pavers? Would you guys install these at your house instead of a deck? I mean, I'm a chippy, so I've definitely got a soft spot for building a deck, but man, I think these pavers look unreal. I love the fact that they're low maintenance. I think they add a ton of character to a place, and the price is going to be fairly comparable to a deck. Anyway, let me know what you guys think below. Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? All right, and that is it. That is Paving 101. I hope you guys got something useful out of this. If you have any questions, you know the drill. Hit me up in the comments below. Always down for a chat. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.